So people are always shocked when I tell them I watch a certain film or a TV show, especially being a Christian. I have a strong passion and love for both films and TV shows, especially what might be trending on Netflix or other places like Amazon, etc. But also I have a strong passion and love and a relationship with Jesus. So I just wanted to share some of my personal experience, some of my personal journey and how my faith impacts my engagement with both film and TV, and maybe some of the problems I've actually encountered both from the non-faith and the faith perspective in engaging with film and TV. So the question is then, how does my faith impact my engagement with film and TV? What I found over the years is actually they both strongly complement each other, and that my passion and love for Jesus actually drives my passion and love for both film and TV. But like I say, I've encountered so many problems from both different perspectives, and I just kind of wanted to go through those with you. So I just kind of wanted to go through the Christian perspective first. So one of the biggest issues is that a lot of us Christians, we can have a big massive fear of even engaging with any sort of film or TV, and because of this fear, what we tend to do is that we jump the gun a little bit. We end up boycotting or judging certain films or TV shows. As some of you may know, you may see some petitions that go around trying to remove certain shows or even films from certain streaming services like Netflix. As some of you may know at the moment that's going on, but I don't want to engage with that right now, but I may kind of talk about that at a later point. But that is kind of one of the first issues, and I just don't think that if you're trying to boycott something that you haven't actually engaged with, I just don't think that's a good starting point. The other issue is that, in the other extreme I guess, is that you could completely run away, and as a Christian I face this myself, you just don't bother watching a certain film or a TV show just because you're afraid that you may potentially disagree at every single level with what that film or TV show is putting out there. Again, to truly engage with something is really important for me, so to completely not engage with anything at all, I just don't think is healthy or fruitful, and dare I say even a biblical way of looking at things. Again, these are just a few minor points there. There's been many more problems. I'm sure some Christians out there who are maybe watching this right now may be thinking of more problems up in their head, and if you do, please comment below or even message me about some problems you might have encountered. But yeah, again, this is just from my personal experience. I just want to kind of move on to the non-faith perspective. So from those who don't necessarily call themselves Christian or don't have a faith, first of all is that they see Christians as judgmental, and again that is an easy kind of conclusion to jump to, because that is an inevitable consequence of us Christians not necessarily engaging with the content properly, and again these petitions going around, etc. And because of that their engagement also is misled in certain ways. And again, for someone who was a non-Christian 6 years ago and then who became a Christian, I've been in both sort of beliefs, views of how I engage with this sort of content. But yeah, so the next issue I would kind of say is that we can kind of mindlessly watch TV and films, which again can both be applied to the non-faith and the faith perspective. We can just sit there, we can just sit idly by, just watching something just to kind of remove ourselves from the outside world and never actually truly engage with the content. And again, I just don't think it's helpful, and we have seen the disastrous consequences of that even on mental health these days as well. So the last issue I want to mention from the non-faith perspective is that yes, you can actually engage with the content, but coming from a non-faith perspective myself is that actually you don't necessarily have the necessary foundations to best explain how the world really is and what the medium is trying to communicate, whether it's a film or a TV show, and that leaves a ton of unanswered questions, and that kind of leaves you open to be formed by the TV shows and the films you're watching instead of necessarily thinking for yourself. Again, these problems are just from personal experience myself. These are one rule for all sort of problems. You may have encountered problems for yourself as well, or even no problems at all, and that's absolutely fine. But I just kind of want to create this conversation, and what I hope to do and what I want to do is create future videos just kind of picking up maybe a trending film or a TV show, or even a really popular TV show or film back in the day, maybe some of our favourites that are out there, and just kind of see how I personally go about engaging with the content. So I pray and I hope and I invite you onto this journey with me, and we can have this awesome conversation about some awesome films and TV shows that are out there, but also some absolutely awful films and TV shows that are out there as well. I'm sure many of you can think of some just at the top of your head already as well. If you do have a favourite film or TV show or something you truly dislike or you even have trouble engaging with, please comment on the video below or just private message me, and eventually I will get around to maybe watching that film or a TV show, and then I can create a video to engage with the content, or maybe just list a few points by messaging you back or something. So if you are a Christian and you want to kind of drive your relationship and drive up your passion for Jesus, but also want to drive up your engagement with your friends, with your family, through films and TV, then please watch my future videos. If you're a non-Christian, what I hope you will get out of this is that you can kind of help and start to understand how faith, TV, film, and just culture in general really mix well together, and it may stir you to what you may already know as well. So yeah, I pray that you all watch my future videos and that you can all get something out of it as well. I pray that you all keep safe during this time. I pray that God will bless you and may help you engage with what is out there, TV, films and culture, and also connect with Jesus.